Okay, it happened. iPhones are £1,000 now. It's easy to write off Apple's pricing for the iPhone X as crazy high because, well, it's Apple, but there's actually a lot more to the price than initially meets the eye. The watering eye, that is. Apple themselves have said this is the iPhone they've always dreamed of making. Head design honcho Johnny Ive mentions in the iPhone X video that for more than a decade, our intention has been to create an iPhone that is all display, a physical object that disappears into the experience. And it looks like they've finally gotten much closer to that goal with the iPhone X. It's a special year for iPhone 2. This is the 10th anniversary, so of course Apple would have something huge planned, and the iPhone X is the perfect way to celebrate. Even if Apple didn't have something as radical as this up their sleeve, I'm sure they'd have a special edition of the 7 or the 8 ready to go anyway. But why are Apple charging so much for it? Well, I think it can be broken down into a few points. The iPhone X screen could well be the main factor in what's pushing the price so high. It's quite the departure from what we've seen before in an iPhone, and while of course it isn't the first edge-to-edge display by any means, it's still the first a lot of people are likely to see and take any real notice of. Samsung and LG have been destroying the bezel in 2017, and it seems Apple are happy to continue that trend. The Verge reports that the screens are being solely supplied from Samsung, one of Apple's biggest rivals in the phone making game, and if it is true that the supply is being provided by them, Apple could well be at the mercy of Samsung's pricing. According to The Verge, Apple currently pay around $45 to $55 a screen for the current LCD iPhones, and the supply chain is obviously oiled extremely well, with screens that are widely available and come from multiple companies. The rumour is for the new iPhone OLED display, Apple are being charged between $120 and $130 a screen. That's a huge difference, and you can be sure they're passing that price on to us. It wouldn't be fair to not mention the research and development that goes into new hardware, and the new set of sensors on top of the iPhone X, on the notch or monobrow as it's been lovingly dubbed, is literally packed with new technology. The dot projector, infrared camera and flood illuminator are all new to the iPhone, and while they're as steeped in tech jargon as they can possibly be, it basically comes down to enabling the iPhone X to incorporate Apple's new identification function, Face ID. All of this new tech crammed into such a tiny space would have pushed the price of manufacturing up, again adding to that swollen asking price. This might come across kind of brash, but the new iPhone X isn't for regular customers as such. This is for the fan, the aficionado, the iPhone diehards. It's not supposed to take the place of a standard upgrade for most people. The iPhone 8 is here for that, and for the most part customers will be happy coming from their iPhone 6s or 6s's to the 8. The sheer price of the iPhone X will either make people scream for it or scream while running away from it. So those are the main features which I think have bumped up that price so much. There's obviously a lot I haven't gone into here: design, software, engineering, and the sheer amount of time gone into the iPhone X that would have added their fair share to the overall cost. So I'll round this video off with a worry, and what worries me is that Apple, love them or hate them, are trendsetters, and setting a phone at $1,000 and basically £1,000 over here in the UK sets a precedent that is okay to charge that much, and there's no doubt that other phone brands will follow. Samsung has already priced the Note 8 at a meaty £869, which I thought was sky high, but it almost seems reasonable next to the iPhone X. As for me, I'd love to get my hands on the iPhone X, and as a tech channel, eventually I will, but would I recommend it for everybody else? Well, you'll have to stick around for the full review, so stay tuned for that. So those are my thoughts. I've obviously scraped a lot of this information from online and pulled some out of my own head, so I'm probably far from being correct on absolutely everything here, but I hope it sheds some light on the iPhone X asking price for you. Let me know if you think the iPhone X is overpriced or justified in the comments below, and if you've enjoyed this video, do stick around, and I will see you all in the next one.